So you've been into the green room, you've been into the blue room. Left you have the red room and the yellow room.
Yellow. Let's go and listen to the yellow door.
Let's do yellow. See what's in there.
Happy with yellow, guys? Okay, so you go up to the yellow door, and just like the other ones, as you approach, the Tesseract's yellow side burns even brighter. And you see inside a bright room that's adorned with marble pillars that hold aloft an enormous vat high above your heads. At the centre, beneath this giant cask, stands a smaller pillar with a glinting stone lying on it, and a plaque with something written on the front of it.
Hang on, a vat above us. What's that got in it? Oil.
So it's a white marble pillared room. Think of like a Greek bathhouse, Roman bathhouse.
Yeah, but you said there's a vat above.
Watch your footing. Read the plaque.
Thank you, girl. Very good.
Yeah, very good.
As you read the inscription aloud, the stone door slams shut.
Oh, we didn't read it aloud. We just read it in our heads.
And a mighty hiss is heard from the cask above. A pungent yellow gas is issuing from the vat, and the choking vapour is filling the room. You must hurry!
What does the plaque say?
I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I touch will soon turn red. I'm not telling you, I'm always hungry. The finger I touch. Shit!
It's a riddle.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Thank you.
And the first horse crosses the line!
I'm always hungry.
What's
Is it-
always fed?
is it-
Like your
is it-
ego.
Is it fire? Is it fire?
As you say the word fire, as you say the word fire, you hear a ding, because we can put that in post. And the vat starts to shake even more wildly, like spewing out even more thing. But it appears you're correct. Fire is the answer.
Well done, brother.
Another riddle appears on the screen.
Oh, it's another one.
Oh, shit. I have a tail and a head, but no legs. You can't take me with you once you are dead.
An egg. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
coin.
Don't say that.
A coin is correct. You hear a satisfying ding as but the vat shakes even more wildly. I'm going to have to ask you guys to roll a Constitution check.
What's that?
Constitution.
As the room, you've answered those two very quickly. Well done. But the room is now so filling with this pungent yellow noxiousness
That's all right.
that it's hard to avoid the smell, and you start to choke as you're inhaling it into your lungs. What did we get?
14. Oh.
You pull a wet rag from the piranha's soaked handkerchief, and you're saying you throw it over your mouth and tie it up. You don't take any poison damage.
8.
8. I'm afraid you do. You inhale. You take such a big lunging gasp that you take 1d4 poison damage.
1d4.
I got 19 though.
19 for this. Well done. What did you roll?
6.
Okay. 1.
But-
So you choke on a bit of poison damage, but you take 1d4. So you take 1 poison damage. What's that take you to now?
4 again.
So you're on 4. And Rames, you also.
I've got a gas mask in my kit.
You don't have a gas mask in your kit, no. So you take 1d4 poison damage. 1 damage. So what's that leave you now?
10.
This is noxious clouds, right, that are billowing. It's not like something like carbon monoxide that's just filling the room. It's issuing forth and dissolving in the air. But if you're able to avoid those more pungent clouds, you can snatch a breath here and there at the corners of the room as you run back in and hold your breath, trying to figure out the next puzzle. Which, after Asparagus answered so cleverly, dissolves away from the screen as the next.
The rich want it, the poor have it. If you eat it, you die. I've heard this one.
It's nothing.
I should have made them harder. Correct.
Well done,
Nothing is
Asparagus.
correct. Nothing is correct. That is correct, but nothing is correct. Everyone roll a d20. You've been holding your breath too long. 12. That's all right. You managed to hold. You use your thing to hold you back. I'm afraid you take damage.
2.
2. So you roll a d4 damage.
I might die here, by the way.
Whoa,
If I roll a 4, I'm dead.
Yeah, he's only got 4.
2.
Gel is choking hard. He's down to 2 health. Sorry, what did you roll?
16.
And you rolled?
8.
You take a d4 damage from poison damage. Trying to sneak that away from me. 2 minus 2. So you're on 8 now, aren't you?
Has anybody got cure wounds?
Yes,
So-
I will do it in a second.
You're all choking through this noxious cloud
get
that's
to
starting
it.
to affect you. But thankfully, you've got the wonderful asparagus, the bronze dragon from faraway Tesseract changing lands. Immediately, a zone of clear air spell is cast from an unknown source. Fills the room instead with nice, clean, fresh air. And you can appreciate the majesty of this, what looks like a bathhouse. The poisonous gases are dissolved immediately. The sound of gears turning is heard, and a satisfying clunk is distinctly heard from within the walls as the room falls into silence.
Brilliant. Hang on.
Any rocks with nets on them? Hanging around?
On the dais, you do see an oblong shaped stone, and on the tip of it, yes, is the shape of a crisscross hempen net.
So we've got all the stones now.
Amanda Thrip comes up. Amanda Thrip? What's her name? Zoe Thrip?
A Gershon?
A gusher.
Gesha. What a name, a
Gesha.
Gesha.
Gesha. I should have
Hang
called
on,
her
pause,
fucking Lucy.
Agesha. Wait, Agesha. Hang on. I want to cast Cure Wounds on my orcish friend.
You don't have, you've used all your...
No, I've used one. I can do it again.
Got okay, 2 spell slots at level 1. Okay, so you cast Cure Wounds on Gale. Should we say you all hurry yourselves back into the atrium?
Yeah.
And you
Why don't we
lie down
rest?
exhausted. You know, you guys could do a short rest if you wanted. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to do Cure Wounds. Can we do a rest?
So after that room, yeah, you guys have taken some piranha bites. You've taken some noxious gases.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you back 1 spell slot if you've cast it, just for this instance. 1 spell slot, and I'm going to give you back half your hit points that you've lost. Okay, guys. So partially healed from your trials so far, you begin afresh after chatting about what you've been through so far. You heard a satisfying clunk after you solved the riddles in the yellow room, and the room went silent. You still have a chalice from a blue room with some water in it. You have a bucket of water, which you've scooped up from the blue room itself, and you have 3. You have 2 oblong. No, you have 3 because it got spat out. You have 3 oblong stones, with one with a boulder on it, one with a net on it, and one with a dagger on it.
Can I just say, we haven't heard a clunk in any other room apart from the yellow room, right?
Correct.
Which means we haven't completed
We
the
haven't
room.
completed the rooms. But I mean, we didn't think we had, especially with the fire one. Or...
The fire we haven't even touched. Blue, we went
didn't
in,
we-
stole some water and got out.
No, and then we got the rock on the floor.
We got the rock,
Oh, we
but
got
was
the
there
rock.
anything to do in there?
There wasn't
What
a
could we have
satisfying
done?
clunk, was there?
What could we have solved in there?
The green room is going to be solved by putting in
The
the
3
oblong
things,
objects,
right?
So that,
We
We
think so.
think.
Yeah.
We think so.
So fire and water, what haven't we done?
Chalice of water from the blue room. You've been taking sips from it. It has 6 sips left.
You keep saying that as if we shouldn't have taken... We were greedy and took health back when we should have used the sips for something else.
You haven't sipped it.
No, and I'm not going to. I'm not sipping no weird water with piranhas in it.
It
I'm
heals
fine.
you.
Shall we see?
But also makes
Makes
you
a bit-
lose
bit
10 years
battered.
off your life.
Yeah, but your disadvantage is now over because there's only an hour's
Yeah, there's only an hour.
disadvantage.
Okay, well shall we try that? I want to try that. I'm gonna take a sip from the chalice and then see if I can just
Touch the fire.
dip a little finger in the furnace.
Okay,
and see what
yeah.
happens.
So you're going to go into the fire room.
Wow.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not?
Go girl.
You take. So you go up to Are you going all together as a
Yeah.
group? Argesha's not very well. Argesha looks over and says, "That water, I could use a sip of that if it makes you feel better. I mean, I've been bitten by just as many piranhas as you lot.
Well, why don't we say if you promise to put your hand in there, babe, afterwards?
I'll put my hand in
Yeah.
anything you
And-
want.
Go on then, you do. let Argesha put her hand in then.
Argesha,
Yeah, don't worry about your fingers.
Argesha,
Okay.
so she
You
takes,
come along with me then.
she takes
Yeah.
the cup from you.
Yep.
Come with me.
He
Oh, after.
Yeah,
Okay.
touch this and you'll get a sip.
I'm gonna grab hold of her arm so she doesn't do a runner.
No, she shakes you off. Don't get your fucking hands off me. I'll go in with you. I'm a woman of my word.
All right, okay.
She walks in. You walk into the 40-foot diameter red room. So what's the plan? You said you were going to approach the furnace with the cup and drink from it.
Yeah, maybe we could try that after, because let's try drinking from the cup first, and if that does nothing, then...
Well, give her a sip and then tell
Go
her
on,
to
after
do
you
it.
then, Orc.
Oh, so you want me to do it now, do you? Fine, give it here.
You've already
Grab
got
the
it.
chalice.
You've got it. Okay, so you've
He's
got
going for a gab.
there's 6 sips left in the cup. How many do you want to take?
I want to take one.
1 sip.
Oh, you were sick too?
No, because it just gets you drunk, doesn't it?
It does get you a bit battered, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've been through enough.
You were like 2 sips.
True.
Feels good, man. So I'll take 1 sip.
You have 1 more sip, which takes it down to 5. But your second sip of this special water restores an extra hit point for you
Great.
as it
But
washes
also
through
bad.
you, bringing you to a total of 6. But much like our asparagus before you, you start to feel woozy and now have disadvantage on all checks for 1 hour.
So, hang on. If you took another sip and took a third sip, it would do something else.
Yeah, I can't drink it anymore. I'm out.
No, you're out. And you're out now.
I also
Unless you
don't-
want to try it.
So maybe I'd hand it to our friend Thrip and see.
So she looks at you and thinks, is it good then? I mean, she clearly sees that you're starting to heal.
Well, I'll just say,
Tell her to drink 3 bits.
1 sip is fine, but now I'm feeling a little off. So maybe you should just take 1 sip and try putting your.
She takes your advice, but feeling a bit beaten up, she only had 1 health potion in her backpack. Backpack?
Wow.
She pulls out of her crack and she takes it and takes 1 sip, looks nervously side to side, and takes 2 more sips.
Oi!
Lying bitch!
Back to full health, but not only does she start to feel woozy, but she starts to blink. Oh my god, I've gone blind! I've gone bloody blind! What have you given me, you half-orc fuck?
I told you to only drink 1 sip.
Where are you? Everything's gone dark.
Right, push her in the fire.
Push her in the furnace.
Well, you won't mind
Come
losing a
over
hand.
here. Come over here. I'll guess you.
Come over here.
She's-
Put your hand on this
She starts,
cold furnace.
she starts to panic and runs out past you, bumping into Morn as she follows your voice, but she shoulder barges you on her way out in her blind panic. She flies out into the atrium. She's going to be of no use to you anymore, at least for the next hour or so, whilst this blindness wears off. However, she has taken 3 sips, which means there are only 2 sips left in this cup.
I don't think we want the cup to end. I just feel like once it gets to 0, it'll be like anyone who's had it will
Oh god.
Yeah,
thing, you know,
yeah,
or
yeah.
I just don't
But
want
I've
it to
got a
end.
bucket of it.
Yeah.
You do have a bucket of it.
We could fill
Should
it
we go
back
and
up with the
fill
bucket.
it
It's
back up?
possible that when we fill up, he'll say just won't.
So we still
He'll say, you didn't
It
take it from the
won't
fountain, you took it from the floor. That's what he'll say.
we still haven't tried to reach into this
No, we
furnace,
haven't.
have I? So I'm gonna.
You've
I think
taken a
you
sip,
should.
so...
You can have a go.
So where is everyone now?
don't know.
You're all in the room, and you make your way up to the furnace in the centre. And Gel, having supposedly protected himself with the
Supposedly.
gulp from the blue chalice, you put your hand in, and as you do, you firstly notice that it's fucking hot, and so you take 1d4 scorching damage, like burning damage.
Great.
It's alright. We need it.
4. Oh my gosh, she's on 2.
I'm on 2.
Well done, Gel.
Squishy,
You
squishy.
should have put your sword in. Or
And
something.
as that
I'll put my hand
happens,
in the fire.
the lava, which you just plunged your hand into, so no wonder you've got 3rd-degree burns on your hand, it takes form and outbursts a hideous, screeching, hissing magma Mephit.
Magma Mephit.
It's basically bubbling, semi-hardening magma that's dripping off his face. It's about 2 foot tall, looks like a kind of evil sprite, but it's made almost entirely of magma.
Right, I run out and get the bucket.
First things first, I need you all to roll initiative before you run out to get the bucket.
You know I'm going to throw the water over her, right? This Mephit.
Magma Mephits
Magma
aren't,
Mephit.
they're not gendered. They're just, it's a
Right.
kind of sprite from the lower
Yeah.
planes. Who has the most initiative in the roll is Morn, the Harris, our half-elf bard.
Come on,
What do you want to
Morn.
do?
You're nearly going to die. I need to cast Cure Wounds on you.
First thing you want to do is, you want to grab onto your friend and pull them to safety.
Yeah, and I want to give him inspiration as well in case he rolls and he needs to get out of there.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
That's a good buff. That's a good bardic. Because that's
Yeah.
the kind of support role that we need at this point.
So I'm going to heal you and go. Listen, pal. You're going to be all right. You're going to get through this. Don't worry. All right.
Nice, I like it. So,
Cool.
so where if you guys gone back towards the door?
Yeah, pull him back,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pull him out of there because he's
So,
really
so,
weak.
so when you're all, so that leaves you two near the magma Mephit at the centre, and you two have
That's a lot.
run back to the door. Okay, right.
If you
Roll Cure Wounds as you touch him, and you cast your healing wounds on him. 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
6 plus 2, 8.
18 health points, which brings you back to full health. Correct?
Oh. 18.
8.
Oh god.
No, he's healed you fully. So, I mean, this bard, he doesn't have an awful lot in the way. I mean, no, he does. You have an awful lot in the way of lots of things, you know. Strong fighter, inspiring. You want to inspire him as well. So, you've done your words of wisdom, your words of inspiration as you're patching him up.
You're now full health. You're gonna be all right. Let's get out the door. And there's Piddle having a shite.
Fiddle's backed over the sarcophagus.
What about if I like whip it?
Whip it good.
Because it's made of fire. If you just
You must whip.
whip it, it'll.
You
It
wanna use a
might
whip?
ricochet.
Yeah, I want to use my whip on its eye.
Okay. Your whip is your whip actually a weapon or is it
Very
down
precise.
It's
Well, I
an
like it.
equipment.
You have a whip. Okay, I'm gonna let you use your whip. I'm gonna let you use it as an improvised weapon with a 1d6 plus 2 as a weapon.
And there's no way I can enchant the whip with the magical
No,
water.
you can't. No. You're a fighter. You're a gladiator. What, you get a bucket of water and a whip, and you're like, dip the whip, dip the whip.
That's a good song for you.
That's a good song.
That's a good song.
Write that down.
Write that down in your pack.
Whip the whip.
Now you ruined it. Dip the whip.
He's got a knack for ruining all the songs.
I do.
Fiddle comes up and goes, who's dipping their whip?
Oh.
And make an attack if you want to whip this Mephit.
I want to whip it real good. Whip.
10.
Plus, what'd you get?
What's your to hit? Attack bonus. Same as your longsword and your hand axe. Because
14.
14, that's a hit. Yes. So roll 1d6 plus 2.
6.
Well done, 6. So as you pull back your whip and
In his eye, remember.
unconventional weapon that you've used has helped you out of many an opportunity, tying people up,
We are
holding
whip
open
stallions.
doors. The whip stallions, yeah. Your namesake flies out, and the nice tip flicks just perfectly right in his face of this Magma Mephit. However, it being a leather corded whip, it catches fire immediately and starts to pretty much immolate and fall apart at your feet. So you cannot use said whip again.
That was me daddy's whip.
Next up is
Not Daddy's whip.
Next up is the Magma Mephit. It's it's not. It's sorry, it's Gel Yasan. Gel Yasan is now full health.
That was my whip.
If I move closer to the bucket
Yep.
and then fire a short bow arrow at the Mephit.
Yeah, kind of like fire retreat sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll to hit.
Which
pull out your
is
short bow.
+3. Oh shit.
Gel Yasan. Yeah, +3 because it's dexterity.
10 in total.
10 in total. Ain't enough, I'm afraid.
Hang on.
Again.
I gave you an inspiration.
Yes,
Oh,
he
it is.
did.
But
What
you
does that-
used said inspiration, didn't you?
No, he
I
gave it
gave
to him at the
on
start
my last
of his turn.
one, I gave him cure wounds and I gave him an inspiration.
Very true.
So I can
Would you
roll
like
again?
to use this? Would you like? No, you don't roll again, but you add a d6.
D6, you add a
The
D6
bardic
to that.
inspiration. Basically, what this is bardic inspiration is when Morn was healing you, he was saying, I've got to make sure that Gel's all right, because he's taken quite a battering. So out of the corner of his eye, he's been keeping an eye on you, and he sees you draw this longbow, and just at the the short bow rather, and just at the moment you're about to, as you're retreating, as you let go, you yell out
I believe in you.
quietly,
I believe in you.
and that is enough inspiration for you to line up perfectly, straighten up your back, your corded muscles engage, and you let fly. Roll a d6 to add to your attack bonus.
2.
And that's enough to hit. 12.
Hey, nice one.
It worked.
Love
So
it.
yeah,
Well done.
that inspired remark. You let fly an arrow. Roll 1d6 plus 1 piercing as the arrow strikes the Magma Mephit.
4 + 1, 5.
5.
No such thing.
It hits him just below the wing, and he starts to dip, but he looks up and screeches at you. Christ, what was that? Dub that. I ain't doing it again. Below the wing, and he starts to dip, but he looks up and screeches at you. From behind the cart and freshly singed, we've got some roasted asparagus come into play.
Wow.
I think that the best thing to do is probably just to shoot, because if I go close, then I'm right next to it for any more madness, right? And the tip of the arrow will be metal, so it will do something.
It does, yeah, as Gel proved. So you line up your shot, you roll a d20, you add your attack modifier.
Yeah, so I'm on 23.
Yeah, you found yourself a nice
Wow.
little sniping position from about 10 feet away.
2, so 4.
4 damage. So.
Is he dead yet? Is he burnt to a crisp?
This magma mephit right between its eyes. What you imagine is its skull. You're not entirely sure what its form is beneath its magma-like skin. And the creature's eyes go from black to grey as its wings stop beating and it slumps to the ground. But as that happens, much like before when the bubbling furnace was bubbling before, its body starts mutating and expanding and bubbling, and the what formed its chest before becomes larger and larger and larger.
Move away.
Yeah,
It's going to explode.
I need you all to roll a
No.
no, except for you because you're outside. You roll with it. You roll with advantage, and you're going to roll. Both of you roll with no advantage. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, right.
Come on, baby. My mothball. Okay.
Well, I can't even see what it
Probably
is.
the worst you could ever do.
it's
In
a
fact,
1.
the worst.
Is it a 1?
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
Oh,
+4, 5.
I'm afraid it's a natural 1. A natural 1 is the worst thing you can roll. We'll get to you in a minute. What are you rolling?
Brilliant.
I don't know.
I've got the bucket of water, don't worry, I'm on my way.
It's because Mon Mothma's not your deity. That's why. And she's not mine either.
A 1 as well.
Serious?
Look at the Irish! 1 as well. Oh my god.
1 plus 1 is 2.
Yeah, afraid so. But
Worse
you
than
roll
me.
with advantage, sir.
Right.
I couldn't have. Well,
So 9, so you can roll again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What's
die
your
now.
what's your dexterity modifier?
4.
4.
If I'm in a saving throw, or
saving throw.
4.
Yeah. Okay, roll again because you've got advantage on the roll, which means you take the best of the 2.
Oh right, okay.
Perfect.
So 15.
So you, behind the cart, all you can do is witness the explosion. None of it splashes through the cart because it apparently is directed all at these unlucky 2, who take the full whammy of damage. 7 each.
I'm
Fire
dead.
damage.
No, wait. She's going to use her inspiration point. She can take half damage.
You can't use inspiration point against damage. I give you an inspiration point to re-roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's the best thing I can
re-roll,
do.
re-roll your saving throw.
Yeah.
She's got her. She's dead.
That's the inspiration point I gave you at the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Re-roll.
13.
By the gods, you dive behind your less fortunate brother as he takes the full whammy of 7 damage. But not only that, the magma sticks to your skin and hardens quite quickly, giving you disadvantage on dexterity saving throws and dexterity skill checks.
What does that mean?
The disadvantage means you have to roll twice and take the worst of the 2.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because you've got all this magma like stuck to your skin and stuck to your armor, and it's going to make it harder. It's like having rock stuck to you, right? And occasionally it peels away and leaves open sores. Not a pretty sight.
So you're on 2.
Thankfully, you've got a pretty face with that charisma score. But,
But my body's fucked.
yeah. But you've taken 7 damage, so you're on 2. So you're very beaten up and very badly burned.
I'm still
but
alive!
guys,
I'm still alive, only I'm very badly burned.
benefit
But I'm
because
badly burned.
tie the other leg.
Oh my god, I love that.
And in runs Gel last minute to the rescue and throws a bucket of water at you. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, give me a drink of that. I want to drink that thing. Give me
Down
a
it.
sip.
Be
Give me a
blind
sip.
for an
I want
hour.
to
Oh,
sip
yeah,
the
the
chalice.
sip of the
There's still
chalice.
chalice.
Oh, there is sip of chalice.
But you'll
Don't
have
have
it in your
in
hand.
there.
Yeah, we don't want to
One
use
thing
it.
at a time. One thing at a time. So, as the magma mephit explodes,
Give me that f***ing chalice, you bastard.
as the magma mephit explodes, avoiding damage for these 2, but sadly hitting the bard square on the face and chest and every other part, and sticking and cleaving to your skin. The room suddenly becomes a totally more manageable temperature. It loses all its discernible red colour. The magma in the furnace steals up and it becomes a flat rock surface. And you hear, once again, the sound of a satisfying click somewhere, or clunk, somewhere in the walls.
So there's no prize after defeating the Mephit. It's just a flat stone block.
You can have a look.
The
see
room
if
has
anything
been
else.
conquered.
There's conkers everywhere.
Anyone fancy a game of conkers?
Did you say something about you're calling for aid from you want this chalice?
Yeah, I
so
want
who's
some-
got the chalice? Was it you?
You've got it in your hand.
I've got it, yeah.
Yeah, because you took it up to the yeah. So how many sips would you like? There are 2 left.
We could just rest
We
now.
can't.
Oh yeah, can we have a
Can't I
rest?
just fill the chalice back up from the bucket of water?
As you scoop the chalice down to fill up the water, you hold it up and it's brimming to the top, and then it seeps out to nowhere as it was before and leaves the same amount that it was. 2
I
sips.
knew it wouldn't.
Hang on.
well.
Shall we rest? Let's have a group
Have
nap.
a long
As
rest.
you get back into the atrium, you still hear that banging on the door. There's a giant ogre zombie who's been bashing on that door for about 5 hours now, and he's getting close to breaking his way in.
Okay, can I cast Cure Your Wounds on myself?
You've used both your spells.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I
Because
gave
we
you one
rested.
spell slot back. Yes. Okay. I'll allow you to cast Cure Wounds on yourself. 1d8 plus 2.
Come on, please.
You've got 2 sips left of this chalice.
8 plus 2.
Oh, wow, you're full health.
Oh, yes.
Full health.
Fantastic.
So cast it on yourself in a truly selfish fashion.
Self-assassin.
No, I'm the lowest.
I'm kidding. It's
I
fine.
saved his ass.
Who wants to down this chalice?
Well, if I do, I'll go more than blind because I'm only on 4 and I've had 2 sips.
True.
So I can't have the
Asparagus
chalice.
has had the most sips because he's the most bold. Asparagus the bold.
I thought he was the brave.
He's both.
I'm taking both.
How about
I'm
Raves?
taking
You're on 10. How about you have a couple of sips?
She's on 6.
Oh, so she needs a couple of sips.
Go
She already
on.
had one.
It's nice.
No, she hasn't had one. She's the
I haven't
only
had
one who
one.
hasn't drank
I
it.
haven't drank any of
You
it.
haven't had. Well, why do you have 2 sips?
Because it only heals 1.
Have 2 sips.
Oh, okay. I think she needs to have 2
Yeah,
sips.
he
Fine,
wants
I'll
us
have
to
2
do it.
sips.
Raves
Yeah.
takes the f***ing cask of chalice of water that
Hey,
heals
that I
everyone.
didn't take it.
It does so much more if you have low. I tried to design this to be enticing enough to like get you to go like, oh, I'll just keep sipping and sipping and sipping. And you're all like 1, 2, 2 sips, 3 sips.
Because she went blind.
Yeah, for an hour. She's already back.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Yeah.
Why would I want to go blind for an hour?
Yeah, I'll have a drink. Oh, let's have another one. Oh, my dick fell off.
Why would we want to do that?
Yeah.
That is true. We didn't know
Yeah,
that
we
was going to
didn't
fall
know.
off.
Very true. So you take a sip and your dick falls off. No,
don't
you
have
feel
it.
that you take 2 sips, taking 2 sips, and as you take 2 sips, draining the cup,
That's what.
you hear a satisfying clunk
Right.
from the walls of the blue room, and the door slams shut.
Okay.
Well done for solving the blue room. Where do you want to go next, guys? You've heard clunks in 3 of the 4 coloured rooms.
Let's go to the green one then.
Yeah.
Last one.